Hey, what's up folks? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And in this video, we're going to be doing a comparison between two fitness tracker or bands. One will be the Fitbit Alta. I've been using this thing for several months now. And the latest edition of the new Samsung Gear Fit 2. So basically, if you're interested in getting a fitness band for your day-to-day fitness activities and calorie tracking and everything like that, we're going to take a look at what both of these two devices have to offer and see which one is best and see which one is hopefully right for you. Now, fundamentally, the Gear Fit 2 and the Fitbit Alta share a lot of common features. They both have a slim overall profile, both have interchangeable bands, so you can customize the fit and finish of your particular band that you're going to wear. Both can display basic notifications for who's calling, text messages, as well as reminders to keep yourself moving throughout the day. Now, with that being said, the Samsung Gear Fit 2 definitely has a lot more capabilities and feature than the Alta. You can see that it has a much larger, fully colored AMOLED display that is definitely larger and is fully capacitive touchscreen, and it's a lot more responsive than the more basic display that we have on the Alta, which is monochromatic. Additionally, you also have an optical heart rate monitor on the Gear Fit 2, so you can actively measure your heart rate throughout the day and also measure your heart rate throughout your different workouts and activities that you select through the watch. Now, in a lot of ways, the Samsung Gear Fit 2 is pretty much a slimmed down version of the standard Gear S2 from Samsung, so it shares a lot of the same menu schemes, and even the operating system is fairly similar. And like any popular smartwatch, you can actually download third-party applications through the Samsung Gear Store and load them onto your Gear Fit 2. Furthermore, since this is more like a traditional smartwatch, there's plenty of customization options to get different types of watch faces that will display your basic information about how many steps you've taken, your average kind of heart rate, as well as the time and date and everything like that. So definitely some handy custom tools that's not really going to be available in the more simpler Fitbit Alta. Now, additionally, the Gear Fit 2 also has a built-in GPS, so it can more accurately track your running pace and your running path and outdoor route that you're taking when you're doing any kind of physical related activities outside, unlike the Alta that is kind of dependent upon your smartphone's GPS information. Now, both devices are somewhat water resistant, but not fully waterproof, so you definitely don't want to take them swimming or even use them in a shower, but they can handle a light drizzle of rain and of course a little bit of sweat during your workouts. On top of all those things, probably one of the most important factors for me personally is battery life, and this is where the Gear Fit 2 suffers the most. Since it's a fairly slim, lightweight device, there's not going to be room for a large battery, and since it has a very bright OLED display, it's definitely going to take a lot more juice than what we find on the Alta, which is a lot more power efficient. Based on my personal experience on the Alta, I've been using it for several months, and on average, I get about 6 days of usage on one charge, which is very impressive, and certainly something that you don't have to worry about on a constant basis. Since you have to pretty much charge your phone all the time, it's nice to know that a smart watch that's going to live on your wrist doesn't have to be plugged in all the time in order to work. On the Gear Fit 2 side, basically after about 4 weeks of usage, I averaged around 2.5 days. Now, I did use a lot of the fitness tracking applications when it comes to running and the certain workouts that I do on a weekly basis, and that definitely drains the battery life a lot quicker. Additionally, if you engage the GPS and the optical heart rate monitor, it's definitely going to take away from your battery life even quicker, and that's when you're going to get about 2.5 days of average uses. And now, in most cases, the Gear Fit 2, since it's very similar to a smartwatch, a lot of smartwatches have this kind of battery performance, so that's kind of to be expected. But compared to stuff like the Alta and other fitness bands, and even some of the stuff that Pebble is offering, we definitely would like to see better overall battery performance, at least 4 to 5 days with all the specific features on, and that's hopefully going to be a standard that most wearable devices will have in the near future, hopefully. But really on that, guys, that's really it. In summary, I would generally say for me personally, although I like some of the capabilities and the look of the Gear Fit 2, just as an everyday, day-to-day use, I think the battery life is the only thing that's keeping it down, and that's why I would probably prefer to stick with my Fitbit Alta. It's a simpler solution, and later down the road they're going to add heart rate monitor and everything like that in this kind of smart band form factor. But hopefully the battery performance will improve in the next generation of the Gear Fit 2. As it stands, it's a great kind of smartwatch slash fitness tracker, and if you're in the market for something like that, definitely check out the Samsung Gear Fit 2. But really, on that, guys, that's really it. Check out the description down below for more detailed information about everything we talked about, and thank you so much for your continuing support, and we'll see you later. Take care.